Okay, this is the door off of the nightstand. The dresser, this stage is done, so that's why you're seeing this piece. I'm going to show you how I initially start. I went ahead and sanded and put a coat of white chalk paint, just one coat, no sanding after the chalk paint's dry. Leave it rough with the brush strokes. And then you go and you measure how you want your slats. Now I took a black Sharpie and do my lines. I did it in pencil first to make sure that I was going to get enough slats on the door. Okay, so there is your horizontal slats. Now I went in and randomly put in your vertical pieces. Like so. Okay, our next step is to take a chip brush and Rustic Reality and do a dry brush in each board that you just created. Here I have Rustic Reality that is mixed 50-50 water and unicorn spit. Just a little bit on the end of the brush. Okay, now I am going to seal this with a light coat of Rust-Oleum. Light coat. Let it dry and I'll show you the next step. Okay, now it's dry, so we're gonna just give it a light sand. This is the only step in between steps that I actually sand. Okay. Baby wipe to take care of the dust. See, you can see how light of a sand it was. I mean, how light of a coat of Rust-Oleum. And now we're going to start spit. Okay, the next step, I have bottles. I was actually out of clear coat the other night and didn't want to stop. So what I have here is 50-50 spit and water, and probably a teaspoon of Mod Podge, because I was out of sealer and I was working and didn't want to quit. So as you go along, you're just picking spots to put the color. So I'm assuming that you can do your spit a light seal and proceed if you don't want to do the Mod Podge. This was already mixed, and that's the only reason I was using it. And again, you want to stay in your Sharpie lines. There are your boards. Don't be like me and go out of the line. But if you do, grab your baby wipes and clean it up. Now so far this is just Molly red pepper, water, and Mod Podge. This one is Midnight Blackness, and I don't have the purple out here, but I think it's Purple Hill Majesty. More mixed together water and Mod Podge. This one is Lemon Kiss, water, and Mod Podge. This next one is Navajo Jewel with a little bit of Zeatil, whitening, water, and Mod Podge. And of course you gotta remember to paint whatever direction that your fake wood grain is going in. The next color is Blue Thunder, some Zeatil, and Midnight Blackness. Very little Midnight Blackness. It was just a little bit to take the brightness off of the blue. Water and Mod Podge, and there goes my little brush. And this color is Blue Thunder in Zia Teal. Water and Mod Podge. Now I leave some of them white and Rustic Reality. Once they dry, if they're not bright enough, add another coat. But there is so much paint that goes into this. I'm pretty happy with just one coat, but it's all up to you. Okay, we're gonna let this dry and I'll show you the next step. Okay, our first step now is Navajo Jewel 50/50. And again, there was no sanding these. Okay, leave them shiny. Squirt some on. Then we will add a little bit of water. You want it to pull up, but not be too thick in certain spots. You want it to look rough. So I go both directions. Okay. Our messy Navajo Jewel will dry, and I will be right back. Okay, the Navajo Jewel is dry. Now I'm going to put a light coat of Rust-Oleum over it, and then we'll put on the next color. Okay, our Navajo Jewel is dry. The clear coat is dry. And again, no sanding. Our next color is Molly Red Pepper. Again, mixed 50/50, water and spit. Nope, I didn't shake it enough. Okay, now I will turn on the fan and have the Molly Red Pepper dry. Okay, now I want to show you something. Because we don't want to lose our little lines that we created for the boards, take your little spatula clean off your little black lines. Again, this is just a baby wipe over a scraper. And if you go too far, just kind of pull it back down while it's still wet. There is no messing up on this one. Okay, now I still have a couple wet spots, but I'm going to shoot a light coat of Rust-Oleum clear on this and be right back. Okay, that coat of Rust-Oleum's dry. Again, no sanding. Okay, this time we're going to use Zeatil mixed 50-50. 50 water, 50 spit. Drizzle it on. Scraper, spread it out, let it pool. If it's not pooling enough, you can always add more water. I have my little spray bottle here, but this seems to be working fine. A couple spots along the edges. No particular direction. You want it messy. And now we let that dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, that's dry. I went ahead and took my baby wipe, cleaned the lines, and sprayed with Rust-Oleum Clear. Now for the next coat. We're going to be using the Blue Thunder. And again, mixed 50-50. Water and spit. Okay, we'll let that one dry. Clean the lines, seal with Rust-Oleum, and I'll be right back. Okay, our last step is going to be Zeus and Aphrodite, which is the 24 karat gold and the rose gold from Artistic Vivations. These I'm putting on straight. This time I will use a little bit of water, just mist the top, and it's finger time. You want to work the gold down into all the little paint lines that we didn't sand off. Get it all smoothed all over it. And then you want to take your scraper scrape it off. Okay, I let this dry, and then I actually take a baby wipe and wipe off the excess. So let this dry and we'll be right back. Okay, I've cleaned the lines. Now, if you can see this, there is lots of gold still on there. Okay, the client wanted little gold. So I take a wet wipe and run over thick spots just a little bit quickly, because you don't want to take too much off, or for her anyways. Okay, so this is what we ended up with. You see the gold in there? And then one more seal. And you're done. With this being the last coat, I would then use a few coats of wipe on poly, is the way I've done the rest of it. Okay, here is the side of the dresser that's done. The sun's going down, so it's a little hard. Now you're just going to get reflection. And then there's the piece that I just did for you guys. This is the door for the nightstand. I hope this helps you guys. Have fun.